Miguel Flores, February 16th, right?
Yes, sir.
Microsoft Arena, LA Live. You're set to take the stage against Dio Santa Cruz, world title fight. Just talk to us about your matchup.
It's going to be an exciting matchup. You know, you got two Mexican fighters, both from Michoacan, so we're going to produce fireworks. I know a lot of people weren't expecting this fight to happen, but we're going to turn all the naysayers into believers, and they're gonna experience a great fight.
Yeah. Why do you think you're the underdog in this fight?
Well, obviously he's a 3-division world champion. You know, 1 world title. You know, he only has 1 loss, which he avenged. I mean, it's only normal. He's a champion, so I am the challenger. But we're taking on full responsibility, and we're gonna do whatever we have to do to become world champions that night.
If you have an advantage over him, what would that be?
I think my boxing skills overall, if I use them and I stick to them, I can box him all night. You know, I know he likes to throw a lot of punches, and so do I. So I can't get carried away and fall into a firefight too early with him. I have to use my boxing skills, but I know also that eventually we're gonna have to stand there and hold our ground a little bit and throw punches. So that's gonna produce a great fight for the fans.
And height-wise, he won't have much of an advantage over you. You're a pretty tall fighter.
That's one thing I've noticed. I mean, all his previous opponents were a lot shorter than him. Morris, Frampton, all the other Avalos, even he was a little shorter than him. So he had a long reach over him, and with me it's different. You know, I think we have about the same reach, same height, same body type. So like I said, man, that's only going to produce a great fight.
Yeah, speaking of Avalos, you fought him. You came up short against him. What did you learn from that loss, and what should the people make of that loss, being that he fought him before in the past and got a win over him?
Yeah, well, everybody knows that when I fought Avalos, that was a fluke. You know, that fight should have been went to the scorecards, because I had 3 cuts, and they were all produced by headbutts. You know, none of those cuts were by punches. But ultimately, they made a wrong call on that, and you know, Avalos got the shot before me. But I think it was even better, because that kind of gave me a point of view of where I'm at. I was able to drop Avalos. You know, Santa Cruz wasn't. So I don't want to base it on that, but it kind of gives me an idea of where I'm at and where I can hold up to.
Yeah. What do you think you've learned from your last fight going into this fight, and how prepared are you to seek this moment, this opportunity that you're getting for a world title fight?
Well, it's a big step up. I mean, it's a big step. It's been a long road. You know, we had a lot of bumps, but we're here, and we have to take full advantage of it. We're doing everything possible in the gym. Training camp's going great, so we're gonna be ready February 16. If people think, oh, he's just fighting another taxi driver, they're gonna be in for a surprise.
Being that what you said, that his previous opponents were much shorter than you are, how you plan on taking advantage of that element of being as tall as him?
Well, like I said, we have to take full advantage of our height by using the jab and just sticking to the game plan and sticking and moving. Don't get carried into a firefight with him. But we also know that, I mean, he's where he's at because of a reason, so we know we're going to have to hold our ground at one point, but we're also ready to do that.
Is there a fight in particular that you look at that you feel you can learn a lot going into this fight against him, of his, like any fight of his?
I mean, all his fights are basically the same. They're wars. You know, he throws 125 punches around, so all of his fights are basically the same rhythm. So we know we got to either slow his rhythm down or keep it up or even more with him. So we're going to be prepared for that.
Yeah. What do you think is going to separate you guys come fight time, aside from the height and the work value? Like if you had to go the distance here with him, what else do you think you have in your artillery that can separate you from him?
Like I said, my boxing skills. People don't know. You know, I got them. I can box around. I can box in circles. I can sidestep. I can move. So it's gonna be one of those Barrera Morales type of fights where Barrera adjusted so good in the 3rd fight, and he just outboxed Morales. And you know, people were expecting it to go war to war, and you know, I think I'm gonna be able to do that and just box more than people think I can.
With the win over him, you would be considered the best 126-pound fighter at the moment. He's considered the best 126-pound fighter. Just overall, looking at that division, what do you make of all the contenders there and the world champions? What do you think of the division now? Right now?
I mean, that's just motivation. You have great talent. You have Oscar Valdez, Gary Russell, Frampton, Warrington. They just beat Frampton. But we can't think too much ahead of ourselves. I know he's already thinking about unifying title with Gary, fighting Frampton the 3rd time. and you can't. Things change quickly, so you got to focus on February 16 before you get ahead of yourself.
When you got the call to fight him, like you said, a lot of people thought he was gonna fight Gary Russell. When you got the call, where were you at? What were you doing? And what ran through your mind when they said you're fighting Santa Cruz next?
I was at my sister's house actually. I was living with my sister at the time, but I couldn't believe it. I was as surprised as many people, but also, I mean, it's an opportunity I've been working all my life, so why am I going to pass it up when I got that opportunity to win a world title and become the #1 guy in the division?
Did you buy a home now, or?
Yes, I bought a home now. You know, everything's going great in my life, and we're in a great place at a great time, and time is perfect for this fight.
That's cool. I wish you the best of luck, Miguel. Tell the fans where to follow you on social media.
Definitely. Instagram, _Michoacano #2, and follow me on there, and same on Twitter.
All right, thank you.